Hey guys, Stitching May here to do a update video. I don't remember when my last video was. I know we had just gotten Vader and we got him in May, so May or June. First of all, we are all healthy and fine and everything is great with the family. It's nothing like that. It started with like summer vacation and then time out of school, adjusting to that, and then just enjoying time with the family, and then work picked back up and it feels different this time. And every time I would sit down to do a video or even stitch, I would almost feel a little overwhelmed, and I don't know what it was. I can't tell you when the last time I did a video was, and I can't tell you any of my stitch numbers. That is kind of what was causing me to feel overwhelmed, was like having to remember how many times I had stitched, what I had stitched on, all that kind of stuff. And I feel like I was maybe putting more pressure on myself that then made these videos harder for me. So with that said, I don't know when I'll do another video. I'm going to try. I got a nice nifty little notebook from Miss Connie as a just surprise. Hey, I saw this and thought about you. I hope to try to keep up with what I stitch in between Flosstube videos and this. That's going to be my plan for this notebook. I'm not promising anything because I don't want to overwhelm myself even more. My stitching and my Flosstube is my hobby, and it's supposed to be relaxing, and I'm going to let it be relaxing. So my videos may be scattered. They're not going to be professional, but hey, I'm here and I'm showing you what I'm stitching on. So like I said, I think the last time I did a video was around the time we got Vader. Vader is in the room. We almost had a catastrophe earlier. I was recording, and apparently we had a fly, and the fly came across the camera, and Vader was hot in pursuit, and we almost knocked over the camera and the coffee, and I had to stop. The fly has since been dispensed of, and I think everything's going to be calm. Who am I kidding? Nothing's been calm in my life for the last year and a half. Thank you, COVID. Anyway, so let's just jump in. I have stash to show you, a few gifts to show you. I'm going to kind of mix in the gifts and the stash together, and I have stitching to show you. It is what it is. So, in no particular order, I will show you what I'm currently working on right this second. You guys aren't going to be able to tell the difference. I do have a picture of the beginning of this, or a previous picture of this, because I do. I got in at least 70 stitches on this yesterday. You're not going to be able to tell it because it's all ninjas, but I knocked the dust off of Starry Night. Yes, yes, Starry Night. And put in about 70 stitches, and this is where I currently am. To show a close-up of kind of where I worked, it was mostly up in this upper corner here, getting rid of some of these ninja stitches. Guys, I literally had a spot that was like 6 stitches in 5 different colors. I love the swirls in this because it's Starry Night. However, it's very, very, very confetti heavy. My goal, excuse me, I have the hiccups, is to finish off this section and make a straight line here at the bottom. And I discussed with Aussie Stitcher or Belinda the way she does her full coverage. And what I did wrong. Let me tell you what I did wrong to where you won't do it and won't end up like I am. When I would pick out a color, I would find the symbol that had the most stitches, which is great. And I would stitch to my little heart's content, and I would be making great amounts of progress, and then boom, I had all these holes of just little bitty stitches. And that is so frustrating. This will not work on Pattern Keeper. I'll get into Pattern Keeper in a second. It's a paper chart. And so she told me what she does is she starts with a 10 by 10 square, picks a color, stitches that color cross country until she's done with that strand, like done with that block in whatever strand, and then she picks another color and stitches cross country until she's done. It's kind of like parking, but you don't park, because the thought of all the park threads just blows my mind. So that's my goal. My goal is to stitch on this each week. We'll see if it happens. I really, guys, I want this piece to be done. I love this piece. I do not love stitching this piece, if that makes sense. Is that maybe horrible? The thing that encouraged me to get that out was working on the birth sampler for my youngest nephew. So I started this in March. I do know that. And I'm about 70-ish% done. So I'm really excited. If I have a picture, I'll show you what it looked like before. Here is where I am now. Let me tell you. First of all, I love this pattern. I love the way it's charted. It's very easy to read. I am nervous about having to put in my own information at the bottom. That always makes me a little antsy getting it centered. My picture fell. My husband's got to come up with a better way to put that up there. This is a gift, by the way. Let me interrupt to show you. This was a birthday gift from Chelsea, and I don't know that I showed this in the video after I got it because I had it up over here. I'm trying to find a place to hang it on the wall. I don't have a finding on the back, but I don't want to risk putting a hole through it. My husband's working on figuring out a way to hang this up for me. It sits on the easel over here, but I wanted to show it off in my video. So I had it kind of makeshift on the wall. It didn't work. So that idea won't work either. That was a way that I was thinking about hanging it, and it was those little contact things, the command things. Apparently they're not sticking to my wall here. They don't like to stick to my wall. Anyway, but it's so pretty. It is a diamond painting. Look how pretty. Okay. Back to what I was doing. See, normally that would freak me out and cause me to redo the video, but not this time. Go with the flow. This pattern, I'm absolutely positively loving it. Pattern Keeper. Oh my gosh. If Starry Night could be on Pattern Keeper, I think it would already be done. I love Pattern Keeper. I love the way you can look for the symbols. I love, because I do, on this one, I'm doing one color at a time. Just picking, and I am doing the least amount of stitches up to the most amount of stitches for a change. But I'm loving it because I can search for the symbol and just stitch away how I can go. It counts the stitches as I go. I love working on this piece. And like I said, I'm about 70-ish% done. So well, and that's just with the bear. Of course, I've got to put the details in, but that'll be quick. It's all in one color. He's now calm since the fly is not terrorizing everybody. This was a freebie sale from, oh my goodness, why can I not think of it? Stitch Life Magazine, a group on Facebook. I love this saying. I see your true colors shining through, and that's why I love you. This was a spur of the moment. Hey, I like this. I'm going to stitch this piece. I stitched this on, I think 28 count, some random blue fabric that I had. It's obviously way much bigger than the piece. But my mom used to sing this to my sister and I. And when I saw it, I was like, I have to stitch that. My husband has a frame already picked out for it. It will be my next thing that he frames. We've been obsessively watching randomly, because apparently I'm weird and my escape is listening to true crime. We've been watching the Casey Anthony trial, like the actual trial, because we were discussing how we were shocked by the verdict and everything, and how, you know, so we were looking at the trial. We decided to look at the trial. We started with listening to the prosecution's book, and then we decided to look at the trial and see, like, if we were jurors, would we have, I don't know. But we're listening to the trial, we're watching the trial, and he is planning to frame that some while we work on that. Sorry, again, random squirrel. Coffee, but I also have water, so I'm being good. So yeah, that was a start and a finish. I stitched on this mostly while we were on vacation with my in-laws. We took a trip to the beach with my in-laws. while COVID was not going crazy. And I stitched on this on the balcony and in the room and on the way down there. I did not stitch on it on the beach because sand. But yeah, it was a very quick, easy stitch. Okay, let's see here. What else have I worked on? Guys, there is no order to this. My zipper is broken. There we go. Oh, this is Vera Designs. This was another freebie sale that she had. So she did a freebie sale where you could pick any of her designs for free and stitch it. I chose the flower Quaker because I'm obsessed with all things Quaker apparently. And I don't remember why I chose to work on this. I'm not doing any of the prompts. I am in the Stitch-A-Gun Trail and I love the Stitch-A-Gun Trail. There's another pattern in there. Love the Stitch-A-Gun Trail. I like it because I can stitch whenever I want and just get the stitches in. So I've just been grabbing random things to work on. But there's this one. And to be honest, I may have stuff that I've worked on that I've already put up and failed to show you. And if that's the case, then I apologize. But this is where I currently am. Guys, as much as I sometimes kind of scoff at mauves and pinks, these colors are mauves and pinks, and they are just so pretty together. That is upside down. This is where I currently am. I know that I worked on this middle flower, this Quaker, and that Quaker. So I got a pretty good amount done on this. It was a lot of fun to stitch on this. This is on a random 32 count. This is the stiff butchelt linen that everybody huffs and puffs about, that I don't mind. I will take all of it. I love it. I like that it's stiffer. It does soften up once you wash it. So I don't mind it. I will show you this. Proof, I now have a Hellcat. That's what I call him. Invader the Hellcat. Do your cats chew on random stuff? I know that Stephanie's do because apparently she gave some patterns that had a Walter bite marks on it. This has Vader bite marks. I worked a very, very small amount on my beautiful, look at this bag. Dina gave me this bag. I've got them on thread drops. This is a Threadworks floss. I don't know the number of it. I have it somewhere. And it's on a floss ring that Emily C made for me. She made this ring for me to go because she knew that this bag was being made. And it goes together perfectly for my red work piece. This is, I can't show you, Quaker Samplings 3 by with thy needle? With my needle. With my needle. And this is where I currently am. I worked on the alphabet, obviously, the underline. And then there's a very pretty dragonfly eagle minder. And there's not a lot to show there, guys, just the red work alphabet. I love the Threadworks floss. I love its variation. This one's not too very variegated, but there is some. It's so soft. It's so easy to work with. I'm loving this floss. I'm loving the Threadworks floss. In fact, I have one in my stash that I specifically purchased for something. I I don't remember what I purchased it for. My to-go stitching, which has not gotten a lot of work on it, has, because we've not been going a lot of places, and I don't take it to work. I don't want to be the reason, like, 100 years from now, they open up to reframe my piece, and I'm why everything breaks out again. So, this is Henna Mandala by Ink Circles. Of course, this is the floss. This is a DMC variation floss that I'm stitching it in. It's either 4135 or 4130. I want to say it's 4135. Emily and California Stitcher are stitching this as well. Casey. Y'all, I will forever be horrible with names. Unless I see you in person on like a monthly basis, chances are I'm going to forget your name. I tell myself that it's not me, that it has to do with my job, that I'm so used to having to information dump because of privacy. That's what I tell myself. So if I'm ever doing a video and I stutter or stammer on your name, don't take it personally, please. It's my fault. It's so bad that my husband knows that when we go out in public, if I don't introduce him within the first 2 sentences, that this means that I have forgotten the person's name. And to save me from looking awkward, he is to make fun of me for being rude and introduce himself. That way I can catch the person's name. So anyway, I am stitching this on a piece of Ada that I dyed myself. I think it's like 14 count. It's a very... See, I like the stiffer fabric. This fabric is too loosey-goosey and it collapses and it drives me crazy. But I hand dyed this myself and I'm loving stitching on it because I dyed it myself. This is where I am. Guys, this is the halfway and then the halfway of this. So I've done at least 25%. This is the end of this side. This is the other corner. So I've just got to come down to about here, I guess. Because that's midway. Yeah. I'm getting, despite the fact that we have it gone a lot of places, I'm getting some work done on it. I don't remember where we were the last time that I worked on it so much. I do take this with me when we do piano, when my son does his piano lessons, because he's back in piano lessons in person currently. But I sit in the car and I work on this some. Usually that's also when I check my emails. But I love the variation in this, guys. And as a disclaimer, I will tell you that Vader disappeared some of my DMC floss, or either I lost it on a trip. I'm gonna blame Vader. And I had to purchase more floss, and the DMC color lot, there was not any difference. I was really excited about that. But to me, this really looks like, it truly reminds me of the henna, like the brownish reddish that henna is. So, oh, and this lovely needle minder is from StitchNButton, Vic at StitchNButton. It says, I love black cats. She jokes and says, yes, she loves all black cats except for hers. At that moment, Vader, we were having a love-hate moment with Vader. And we're getting through it. His surgery is scheduled in October, and I'm hoping it makes a difference. He's crazy, guys. Crazy. He's getting nicer. I mean, like, and mean. Like, you can be standing there and he will come out of nowhere and attack you and bite you. I mean, not hard bite you like in a mean, like, but he definitely, I think, has orphan cat syndrome. And we were considering having to give him to somebody that could have a friend for him. We're doing better though. I've done some looking on the internet and trying to figure out how to help calm him down, and right now he's meatloafing in between a Q snap, so we're good. Another piece that I worked on, I didn't get very much done in this one. This was a night that I was in Virtual Stitchers. Guys, I'm actually even getting back in there some. And I was like, I have no clue what to work on. And they chose for me. And I gave them some options and they chose this one, and I stitched on it some. I knew the next day that Miss Connie was coming over because we are now getting to stitch in person. We are both vaccinated and are careful. So they chose, oh wait, that's not the right one. That's the one that's put away that I can't show you. Aha, I'll have to show you that next video because I don't have it in here. I don't think. Nope, I don't. I worked some on Yellow Submarine, but it's already put back away. So I will show it to you. Nope, it's right here. So Yellow Submarine, I worked on this one night after, like I said, in Virtual Stitchers. They picked this one, and I knew that I wouldn't stitch on it long because Miss Connie was coming over, and we were going to work on one of our Sal pieces together. So, am I still recording? Yes. Okay, I had to pay attention to when to cut this off, 'cause that way I turn it off and it doesn't turn off on me. So this is the Blackbird Designs, the Beatles. She's got several Beatles pieces. This one is Yellow Submarine. This is stitched on Knix by Under the Sea Fabrics. I have converted this to my own color and cottons. I say I have. Emily and I converted this to some color and cotton fabrics. Or color and cotton flosses. There we go. English people. And I had the border finished, and I came down and started working on this to finish out this flower, and then started working on the stem of this flower. You can't really see it that great. There it is. Hey, that shows it better. Because it is just the stem, but the flowers will make it stand out more. But there that is. This is as wide as the piece is. I know I have extra fabric, but I like that for the Q-snap. And I hate cutting fabric. It gives me hives. This is what it will somewhat look like when it's finished. And these are back in print again, I believe. It's part of the Magical Mystery Tour set. I've already done Eleanor Rigsby and Blackbird. Now I'm doing this one. I think next I will do probably Strawberry Fields Forever. And then Octopus Garden. And then The Long and Winding Road is my plan of order to do these. My kid had a surprise day out of school tomorrow, so you may hear him moving around in the house or him talking to his buddy. The school decided to close all of our schools to give the teachers the opportunity to go get the vaccine without having to use their own time. The next thing I worked on is in this lovely dragonfly bag that was a gift from Belinda made by StitchNButton. There's her shop name. Come on, focus. She's got Etsy and Facebook. I'm telling you, Facebook is the way to go though. You can see her stuff. I feel Facebook. I go to Facebook when I want to shop her stuff. This is stitched on a piece of Lakeside Linens tarnished. It is the Sarcy Girl Pandemic Sampler. Do I have the picture with me? I think I do. But because I think I do, I won't have it. Let's see. Nope. I'll insert the picture of what it will look like. I have these on thread drops because I have been converted to thread drops. I use the little wood thread winder, and then I make these myself. I got a punch off from Michael's actually, and punch the holes. We'll punch the top out, the tag out, and then punch the hole. And I just love it because I love seeing the colors this way. That's what made me do it. Like every time Brenda and the serial stitcher, Laura, would show their threads this way, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I love that project. I need to work on the project. And it was the colors. Like it may not even be a design that I was in love with, but the colors would be like, oh, I've got to stitch that. And then Emily started doing it, and now I'm doing it, and here we are. So like I said, this is stitched on Tarnished Silver by Lakeside Linens. It is a 36 count. That is the back. That is the side. That is the top. Guys, knocking off the dust here. This is a sal with many people, but definitely with Chelsea and Emily. I did the border and then randomly came down because this was the closest motif to the border and picked that one. I haven't decided if I'm stitching this corner part in yet. I don't know. I don't know why I haven't decided, but I haven't decided yet. But there that is. And my needle minder is one. I don't even know where it came from. No clue. But for whatever reason, that needle minder made me think of Emily. And that's what I put on it since it's one of our sal pieces. I didn't realize I had worked on this much. And that was with my stitchy bug being kind of weird. I can't imagine where it would have been had my stitchy bug been like really, really there. Some of this was forcing myself to stitch. Let me pause and restart so that I'm in control of where this thing cuts off. Okay, I'm back. So, still going through whips, guys. Still going through whips. Haven't even touched the stash. This one's going to be long. So, whenever Miss Connie came over, we worked on our Giving Thanks sal by Little House Needleworks. I get them confused sometimes. Again, I have them thread drops. This came with the pattern and the threads. So these are the threads that will be on this piece. This is stitched on 22 count. I want to say Vintage Country Mocha, but I think that's got more marbling. I know it's 20 count Ada, and I don't know the color. And I have way too much fabric. This is the border. It lines up, but there are mistakes, and I'm not telling you where because I had to search for 45 minutes to find it because it lined up. And if I can't find it, then I know you can't find it, and I know how to keep it from messing up everything else. So literally all I had was like this much of it stitched, and I stitched the rest of the border and then all of these words. I just picked it up, fell in love with it, and kept working on it. She came over again the other day and she worked on our other sal piece, Summer Jubilee by Blackbird Designs, but I didn't work on that one. That's when I was working out picking up. I had the feeling to work on Starry Night, and I was like, if I don't do it now, I may not do it at all, so I better do it. And this will be the last whip. Yes, the last whip. Oh, I do know. That's where this needs to go. I picked up and worked on my United We Stand by Teresa Cogart Designs. And I worked on the blue dress. I still don't have all of my flosses picked out. I know kind of where I want to go. I don't have them all picked out. But there that is. All I had done was the flag and a little bit of the dress, and I stitched the rest of the dress. And that is a needle minder. That flag's not. There you go. That's not a stitched one. Even though it's almost the same size as a stitched one, because this is on 36 count. Is this 36 count? This might be 32 count. Yep, this is a 32 count that I think that I dyed myself. The cat's on the run again. I may get attacked. So that's the last whip. On to other things. Stash and gifts. Some of these are gifts, some of these are stash, some of these are where Miss Connie has destashed. This is a Teresa Cogart in my bag. And that, I want to say this was in one of Ellen's gifts. Or things, stash pass along. I don't know. I remember seeing this and putting it in there to show you guys. But that quote right now, wow. I really needed that quote. Anyway. So, in no particular order. Because these scissors are my favorites. And they are cheap. The Allary, A-L-L-A-R-Y scissors, 3-inch embroidery scissors. They're so sharp, guys. This one even comes with a leather case. I got this from String Theory. It's an online shop based out of Georgia. And I also got this at Threadworks brown thread. And I don't remember what I got it for. But I have it. I got this bag from StitchNButton again. Star Wars and Baby Yoda. Gotta love it. And I've got a bunch of the color and cotton to show you. So let's jump into those first. So I made a mistake with my billing. And I did not get the August Fabric of the Month Club. Anyway. So this is the August Thread of the Month Club. I did not approve the charge on the card is what I did. Because it changed from one payment anyway. You don't care. These are the colors. Castle Garden is the green. Merlot is the red. Spiced Cider is this orange. Oh my gosh, I love it. Brandy is the kind of brown color, and then Natural Cotton is the white. I'll hold them up and drop them, and then try to hold them up again. If my dog barks, don't let it startle you. The cat is attacking him. Fade or no? There they are. I have to put these back. This room is already a mess. It's already going to take me a while to clean it up because of me rearranging 3 times trying to figure out where to record. And then, well, it was already kind of messy. This is the July Fabric and Thread Club. I wonder if it'll show up like that. It will. Well, I take them out. Oh, but then I can't hear the name. We have Dolphin is the light gray. Moonlight is the kind of darker blue. Cherry Wood is the pink. Sepia is the brownish color. And Pumpkin Vines is the green. Ooh. Those are pretty true to color too. Very true to color actually. I really love this Cherry Wood. And I love this. I love those. There's all those colors. And then the fabric of the month was chickpea. That month I get a 36 count, 17 by 26. And it's very, very true to color. Let's take it out because of the variations. You guys don't mind. Love it, love it. It's a perfect sampler color. Chickpea. I still think that this one is my very favorite one so far that I've gotten from them in the Fabric of the Month Club. This was June. June was out of the park, guys, for colors for me. Slate is the gray. Dried Chilies is the reddish. Sahara is the kind of a beigey color. Autumn Foliage is the yellow gold color. See the dog? And then Time is the darker green. Guys, that slate It's looking blue there. Let's hold it up to the gray. There we go. The gray makes the gray background makes the difference. Gray background makes the difference. I love this slate. Gosh, that's the perfect gray. And to go with the perfect gray for floss, she sent the perfect gray for fabric too. This one is called Fieldstone. The dog barks and the cat goes running. And it's variated, obviously variated, but then not overly done in the variations. Love it. I have no clue when I'm going to stitch on this. I just keep holding it and enjoying it right now. We went to Gulf Shores, and there is a new cross-stitch store in Gulf Shores. If you're down that way, please definitely check it out. Let me pause this where the dog will not continue to bark through the entire video. So I'm back. I fed them. Maybe they'll leave each other alone. But like I was saying, there's a new cross-stitch store in Gulf Shores, Alabama, if you're that way. And we stopped in on the way home from our vacation. And too bad it's like 8 hours away from us. Otherwise, I would be in trouble. Well, maybe it's a good thing that it's 8 hours away from us, because otherwise I might be in trouble. She's got so much of the gas and she's still setting up the store, but you can tell it's going to be amazing. So anyway, I was there and I was looking for some black gray colors. And then I got the color and cotton one. But, so I picked up random ones. This one is cast iron skillet. And another cast iron skillet, which oddly enough, let's see if it'll show up. They're very different. But if you think about cast iron skillets, sometimes they're more black and sometimes they're more gray. So I think it's just a different section more than like a different dye lot. I don't know, maybe it is a dye lot. You can't really tell in this. Here, let's try the white. Nope. That's the gray so much better. This one's got a little more blue to it to me than this one does. Anyway, and then I got Merlin. That's for a possible, I've got a project that calls for this that I haven't decided if I'm going to use that or not yet. But I grabbed it just in case. Grabbed two of them. Try to have the same dye lot. And then a random mascara. Like I said, I was looking for blacks and blues and grays. I just grabbed some random threads. Also, there I grabbed 2 charts. Oh Joyous Day by Blackbird Designs. I'm a little bit afraid that I might already have this one. I don't think I do. If I have 2, it might be a giveaway. But I think I only have the one. And then I got this Elizabeth Oliver sampler. I've never seen this one before. It's by Plum Street Antiques. Can you see it? No glare. There's another glare. And I cannot read this. Has to do, I've not been able to read this yet. I'm hoping that when I get the pattern out and look at the pattern, I can read what it says. I just loved the surrounding pieces. Next are some patterns that I got that were complete splurges. One is this. I got when there was a lady named Kim J Inspire that was doing videos. She's not doing videos right now, but she had sent me a gift card. And with the gift card, I purchased this antique, what is it? No, Colonial Flowers Revisited by Homespun Elegance. I just thought it was pretty. But my main thing I was purchasing was this. These are the Prairie Fairies. So there is the blue sparrow, the blackbird, the snail, the rabbit, and the frog. And I had been looking for these on eBay. I had found like one of them. And I messaged Hoffman. I was like, hey, do you think you're going to reprint these? Never got any word because I didn't want to pay out of print prices if they were going to reprint them, and these were hard to find. And then a few months later, because I had it saved in my eBay search, it popped up. And I'm like, hey, there's... And I looked and I was like, wait, I didn't know they had this. Turns out they reprinted it. Apparently they were thinking about reprinting it when I emailed them. Never heard anything back from them. Guys, I love it. I didn't know they had the frog at all. Amy loves toads. Look, it's a frog. These were a splurge from Stash Unload or either Cross Stitch Stash and I don't know. One of those two. Vader, leave him alone. Oh God, that cat. Kathy Barrett Designs. This one is Molly. So this one is Olivia B. Oh, that's not that one. That's a splurge too. This one is Susanna. This one is Ellen. No, wait. This one's me. Yes, with the red hair. And a daisy. Look like your daisy. This one is Mary Margaret. This one's Emily. And then this one is Elizabeth, which is Ellen. I saw these at like 3 o'clock in the morning when I couldn't sleep and was like, I've got to get this. And then this one was in that folder because I got those. I got this one too. This is a Good Housewife. It is out of print. Sorry. It says, thou work thy soil, thou wage more toil, thou love thy soil. I had a bucket garden this year. That's something else. I became obsessed with my bucket garden plants. Some did really well, some didn't. My peppers did great. My tomatoes did great, but they all burst. Apparently that's inconsistent watering. And then my house plants. Guys, I think I've revived my peace lily. And well, if you'd leave him alone, he wouldn't bite you, Vader. Sorry. His tail's this big. I had a peace lily from my aunt's funeral, my grandmother's funeral, back in 2005. And it almost died. And I've been babying it, and it's got new growth, and I'm so excited. Anyway, here this is. I just loved it. I thought it was really pretty. I'd never seen this one before. I have more plants. I'll show you how that's pretty. Then I found, again, this Jubilee 28 count called Time. I don't know what to do with it. So it was pretty. It may even become a gift. It's just sitting there. I thought it was pretty. And then some of the D-stash that Miss Connie sent my way was, oh my God, y'all. The Disc Sampler World Sampler Antique Needlework from 2001 to 2010. Oh my gosh. And I've already like looked through the first one. There's like 4 on the first one I want to do, and I had to put it down because I was afraid I was going to start starting new things. And I really need to get some stuff done on my whips. She gave me this cat. I'm going to change this to a black cat. This will be our first Christmas with a cat, guys. That may be his undoing. She then also gifted me the Little House Needleworks, the, what is this series called? I don't see a series name on it. Sure it has one. Sampler months. So I've got the entire year. January and February. March and April. May and June. Look at May. Oh. July and August. September, October. Look at the pumpkin. November and December. She also gave me this Trail Creek Farms July house. I've got a pumpkin already. Jack's pumpkins. It is so pretty. I don't know that I'll stitch it yet, but I thought it was pretty. The Santa Gathering. Number 9. I may change the colors a little bit, but I like his shoes. Family album. Oh, they're cute. So precious. And then Home Sweet Home. And she also gifted me the Flower House by Big Creek. The pattern, not the kit. It had been a kit, but she gifted the pattern to me. I think it was, I don't know when I'll start that one. And guys, that's it finally. 2 interruptions. One was planned, one was not. The animals are crazy. I thought Vader would come in and make an entrance, but he didn't, other than terrorizing the dog. I'll try to get him in the next video so I can see how much he's grown, guys. He was like this, and he's like this now. I definitely can't do the big cat thing. We do have Meow. Meow is back living outside. He's got, in fact, got an igloo out there that he hopefully will sleep in this winter because he refuses to come in. Refuses to come in. Other than to walk through the house, in which he immediately goes to the door and meows at the door to get out. He lost his meow for a while. We were a little concerned, but I gave him some hairball stuff, medicine, and he started meowing again. So either it worked or it was just a fluke. But that's it, guys. I'm going to upload this video, and sorry it's kind of random. My videos may be more random now, instead that way it doesn't put as much, like I don't feel so, I don't know, overwhelmed about doing them, to where I can enjoy them. I'll try to insert the pictures as I can. We'll see. But as always, guys, please stay healthy, stay safe, and happy stitching.